Welcome to the Raw Reality Reset series.
If you've fallen off track, lost momentum, or picked up habits that no longer serve you, this series is for you.
Over the next few episodes, we're diving into the hard truths, mindset shifts, and practical tools to help you reset for the second half of the year, rebuild momentum, and get back to feeling like you.
Because 6 months can change a lot if you decide to start now.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Reset series. We hope that you absolutely loved last week's because we did, and it was such a valuable episode with lots of little tips and tricks in there. So this week we're going to touch on how to reset your life without reinventing yourself.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about, just because we're like resetting and getting back on track, it's not like you need birth a whole new version of yourself. Mm-hmm. It's just picking back up of, your habits, the non-negotiables, the things that make you feel good to then have a bigger impact and outcome from that.
How many times, because I know I've done it many times, that you have been like, okay, on Monday, I'm doing all of these things and they're just not you.
If I had $1 for every time I've done it, I'd be probably on a private yacht.
There was so many times. I just remember you being younger. I think it was specifically around school. And I know I touched on that in the very first episode. Just you're constantly around people that aren't really like yourself. So for example, our friendship group, we all kind of are very similar but different at the same time. But no one's trying to copy each other. We're all very in our own lanes. But when you're younger and at school, I feel like you're in such a vulnerable position in terms of mentally you're still growing and don't know who you are. You're trying to copy everyone else. And I know that we have a lot of listeners who are either in school or coming out of school. And it is such a challenge to try to just really hone into your own values, your own morals, what makes you happy and not copy other people. But there's so many times where I was like, okay, Monday, I'm a clean freak. That happened a lot. It was a clean, organized freak. It lasted 2 days every single time because, yes, of course, we want to be organized, but not to that extreme.
And you just when you're younger, it's easy to just try and mold into
exactly
what you're not. But I think, as you get older, you do what you want to do. And you learn yourself so much more, but it takes time. And this reset could look different to the last one. It'll look different to next year's. Each year we're just growing and evolving and you're just learning yourself more and more. I know we always say 25 is that pivotal year, but I can't wait to see when we're 35, what our perspective is. Will we still have the podcast?
I just can't believe we're entering, when I was younger, I just, looked at people our age even now, even 30s, and I'd be like, oh, you're so old. And now I'm like,
30 is just so young.
So young. I remember, I think I've already spoken about 30, you're only at 7 a.m. of your life or 9 a.m., one of the a.m.s. We still got so much time to go. And my parents are still living their life. I've got so much life to live.
Yeah. Isn't there a quote? I think so much life to live.
Yeah.
Anyways, back on track. But it's not that you're starting over. You're just continuing on. Mm-hmm. I can really feel those hiccups coming in. So sorry. But you want to think about the habits and the tools and the rituals that make you feel energized and give back to yourself. Yeah. And so I want you guys to create a little back to me list. So sit down with yourself, sit down with your besties, and really think about the things that make you feel like you.
Yeah.
What would yours be?
What makes me feel like me?
And crickets.
And full stop. Okay. Training. Yep. Makes me feel like me. I would say, honestly, when the space is organized, I feel like me, even though I'm not that person, but it does make me feel better. I feel like I just do me every day. So that's where it is a little bit challenging because I'm okay, if I had to really bring myself back down.
Think if you were in the trenches, right?
Okay. I'm in the trenches.
I need to do 5 things that make me feel like me.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, get to bed early. Have good quality sleep. You're always going to think so much better the next day.
Yeah.
Back to me. I'm going for a walk with a friend.
Yep.
That makes you feel back to me. I'm getting out of my own head and I can really get grounded. I would prefer a walk with no shoes on the beach.
Yeah.
Back to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 3, good quality food. I'm eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, having good whole foods full of color. Number 4, I would say starting to read. Because that makes me feel good. When I read a book or when I'm just out of my own head, wow, it's a lot of out of my own heads, that's back to me.
She's like, I actually want to escape my brain.
Number 5, getting a massage. So those 5, it's sleep, walk with a friend, good foods, book, massage.
Yeah.
If I'm doing all of those on a Sunday,
you're feeling great.
I am feeling good.
Yeah. And it's sunny.
It's sunny. How about you?
I would definitely say like straight to the beach, whether it's solo, with a friend, with Jackson, like just get me on the beach barefoot. Same, like good quality foods, a yummy brekkie, like an acai bowl would be great. Then I would say probably like a lay in the sun. Like just like, you know,
Recharge.
nowhere to be, nothing to do.
Okay, real talk. Do you know what's actually in your cleaning products? Most products you buy in store are loaded with forever chemicals. These chemicals literally never break down. They build up in your body, in your home, and in the waterways. And every time you wash your clothes, spray them around the home, or wash your dishes, you're coating chemicals into things you sleep in, eat off, and your kids touch.
So we've recently switched over to the Lucent Globe detergent sheets, which are completely free from forever chemicals. But not only that, the cleaning results are crazy. They smell so much nicer than chemical-filled products, and they make me feel way better about what I'm using around the house.
And what I love, not only do they actually work, but they also keep innovating. They constantly bring out new amazing scents for your laundry like pineapple coconut, sandalwood vanilla, and even Chanel No. 5. These products are literally game-changing.
Lucent Globe isn't just a brand that has slapped a green label on something. They have a team of scientists working full-time, constantly refining their formulas. So if you're someone who reads the labels on your foods and even your skincare, it makes sense to apply the same standard to all the products you clean your home with.
Head to lucentglobe.com and use code REALITY15 for 15% off your first order.
It's like switching off, like probably reading a book. Even though I'm not a reader, when I do it, it does feel good. So I need to like get back into that.
Yeah.
What was that, 3? 4, it's just like anything with Jackson. Like he went away for 2 nights recently and I hated it.
Yeah, at least your mum was home.
Yeah, but it just was like, I felt like half of me was missing. I know. And then I had lots of intrusive thoughts and then I was like, how would I ever do life without him? Don't know. It's never going to happen.
I don't know if I should say this. I've been thinking and spiraling as well. Sorry,
Okay.
we're just going to go on a tangent. That like, if you die.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What am I going to do? And I really started getting in my head last week
That's why
specifically
we just
about it.
can't think about it.
No. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to go any
Yeah,
further,
no,
'cause you already know my
we'll
thoughts.
stop there.
Yeah.
So number 4, just with Jackson.
Yeah.
Number 5, I'm going to say, can I have a 2-part? Like
Okay.
part 1 and part 2 of my 5. Just like our friendship groups hanging out, doing like nothing, just chilling. Or like say massage. Like something self-care but massage.
Yeah.
I actually just booked one and I'm so excited.
Nice.
Yeah. So think of your things.
Yeah.
Think of the things that bring you back to you. And like obviously we're not out here doing these things every day. Would be absolute luxury if we could. But have that list. It's like your emergency list. And it's like when you're having those days where you're like in the trenches, you're like, I'm gonna do all 5 things today. Or I'm gonna do 3. But like pick those things and have those things in your back pocket so that when you feel like that, you're like, I know exactly what I need to do.
And it's coming back to exactly what Beck said in last week's episode, the feel-good fundamentals. It's what makes you feel good, not what Tori feels good, not what Christina feels good, not what Stacey feels good, right? It's what makes me feel good because everyone's going to have their different things. And this is where we don't want to reinvent yourself. Just because an influencer has posted their 5 steps to feeling their best or 5 steps to glowing or whatever it may be, doesn't mean that you have to copy that because that's not going to make you feel good. You have to stop reinventing and coming up with all of these other little things that you think is going to make your life instantly better because I bet you've tried it a million times. You have to really come back down to your core values.
Yeah.
And this is where your minimum and maximum standards come in. So it's thinking, okay, the goal is not to live life at your maximum all the time, but it's to never drop below your minimum standards. So you want to be somewhere in between. And like we said, those five things, what do we call them? A back to me list. The 5 back to me list, that's probably your maximum standards. When you're like, okay, I feel amazing, like I can get in a massage, I can get in meeting some friends and doing all those things. But on the days I'm not feeling good, what does that look like?
And that's what I was just about to say. Like your back to me list, your feel good fundamentals could change depending on the situation. Like the last thing you might feel like doing is going hang out with friends. So you're like, I'm just going to book that massage and decide I'm going to be on my own or go for a beach drive and sit in the car and just watch the waves. I really want to do that.
That would be so something.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is like you'd probably notice I didn't put training on my back
I
to
was
me
just
list.
about to say that.
Because I do that all the time.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not like I'm coming back to me. I don't need to write that down because I know no matter what, I'm always going to do that. So there's no point adding that in because it's one of those things I always do. And for you, that might be, I go for a walk every single day. That's not really like no matter if I feel really good, if I feel really low, I'll always train. So I'll always walk. I'll always do X, Y, Z. So it's like, okay, what are the things that maybe you don't do as often? And put that on your list.
Yeah. And that's where it's like, we're not getting massages every day.
No.
It's like that's when you're like, I just need to give back to myself.
Yeah.
These are the things that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we've spoken a lot on like minimum maximum standards and like having those standards for yourself. And again, this is like it all can change so quickly because we're constantly growing. So this is where I'm like, don't marry yourself to these goals, these standards, these plans, because you are growing as a person constantly. And what we say today in terms of our five fundamentals could be different in 2 months, just depending on what we're feeling. So it's really just constantly evolving with yourself.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
What could change in 6 months if you repeated that small action every single day? A lot.
Yeah.
A lot can change in 6 months if you choose one tiny micro habit and you do that every single day. My favorite analogy is like if you have one Malteser or one M&M and you put it on the ground or even 1 grain of rice, doesn't look like much. You put 7 there, so you're being consistent for a week, doesn't look like much. You put 365 M&Ms on the ground, it's looking like a lot.
And have a fun time eating
Have
those.
a great time. So just goes to show that things compound over time. So don't focus on the end goal. Focus on that micro habit that you can do now that makes you feel good every single day. And again, that's not reinventing yourself. That's coming back down to the small little things.
And it's not that all or nothing approach.
No,
which
it's
we
not.
we're not for.
No.
And I think it's like, we've all been through that. And if you're listening and you're a bit younger, like you definitely might be going through that. And we've definitely had moments where we're like, yep, all in 100%. It lasts 2 weeks and then we're back off the bandwagon. And I think as you get older, like you just realize life is precious, like time is limited, and you just want to do the things that make you feel good along the way. It's not about like going in 1000%. And this is just like an everyday general person living. We're not talking about like someone in bodybuilding, like that's going all in, you know what I mean? But it's like we're here to just feel good, do our best, live our best life, and
have fun.
And in order to do that, these are the things we need to add in along the way.
The episode that we released in May, I think was one of the last ones about wellness trends, right? And I like a question here. What would happen if you focus on being consistent rather than impressive? And this really comes down to impressing, I guess, yourself or reinventing yourself. That's not being consistent. That's going to the all or nothing. That's focusing on these like wellness trends and following influencers online, which are great for inspiration. And if you truly think that that's going to help you, but a lot of the time we use that to reinvent ourselves. So it is impressive. So we can document it on social media. And don't worry, I've been caught in the trap many, many times where I'll do something for socials and not really from like a conscious point, but it's like very subconscious to be like, oh, that would be really cool. I want to try that. But does that make me feel like me? Probably not. So focus on the things that you can actually do that are going to be consistent.
And this is where it's like, what would your life actually look like if your reset was realistic and it actually happened? So if you could see yourself in a month from now, in 2 months, at the end of the year, how would you feel? What would you have changed, or what would have changed, and what would have stayed the same? Because there's so many things we're doing now where it's like, no, that absolutely can stay. And then there's so many things where it's like, no, that could probably shift a little bit. So I'll ask you, if, 1, 2, 3 months from now, how would you feel if all the things you said you want to do, you did and you stuck to?
I'd feel
Calm.
free.
Free, okay.
I think I would feel content is a good word.
I almost feel like, oh, no, it definitely could be different. I think it's just us. But like based off what we've said, content is like exactly encapsulates that.
Yes.
Like some people's might be, I might feel more successful because I've gone in on business and like, got back on that train.
I think it's almost like, think of shoulders up here. If I did everything I told myself I was going to do, I think shoulders would be down.
Okay.
You know the difference? I'm like, shit. Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
I think that's how I would feel. If there was like one thing that you could change now, like let's really try and put pregnancy decide, what would that be? If you had to change one thing in your routine, what do you think you would change?
Scrolling.
Yeah.
Scrolling.
Do you have a specific time?
Yeah, I
okay.
do.
When's your
Nighttime.
time?
Because I'm good in the
Before
mornings.
or after dinner?
In bed.
Mm.
In bed. I'm really good in the mornings. Like I don't go. I haven't been as good because it's like some mornings I'm just sleeping in. Whatever, it's fine. I'm just letting it go.
Yeah.
But usually I'm like hour. I'm not on my phone unless I'm taking a million photos of the sunrise. But getting into bed, like some nights it's fine, and like both Jackson and I will just sit on TikTok. Usually he's watching golf, or like we'll watch one of each other's TikTok and just like have a laugh, and it's fun.
I love doing that. And
Love
Kay
doing that.
hates it.
No, we love it, and we will just laugh and laugh and laugh. But there's some nights where I'm like, you really just didn't need to do that, and I think most nights when I do it, I'm like, I could be reading, but I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I'd probably say
in bed.
scrolling.
Mine's scrolling too. I think honestly half the population is, but in the shower. I've got to stop it.
Yeah.
I've got to. That's my doom
You've
scroll.
always done
I've
that.
always done it because I get into bed and like I do scroll for a little bit if like it doesn't happen that often, but sometimes mine's TikTok. It's not going through Instagram stories. It's literally just like TikTok to kind of mind numb distraction.
And I don't really like. I won't go on unless we're like looking for a reel to like film or something for work. I'm not on TikTok, and it's like that's my time to go on TikTok.
Yes, same.
So in one sense, I'm like, oh, it's fine because I don't do it for that long. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty 10 minutes and I'm falling asleep
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dropping my phone.
Yeah.
But then there's those times where it's like, oh well, I didn't need to do that.
Yeah. It's just like the reason why I do it in the shower is because there's a time limit. You're not in the shower for like an hour. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that helps me be like, okay, I got to get out because my phone now is now fogging up.
Yeah,
But it's
and I need
almost
to
like
wash myself and
I don't. It's like my relaxing, calm time. But I can do. Maybe I put an audiobook on and get in the shower. That might help instead of the scrolling. I don't know why.
I've been dabbling in like breath work and visualizing my birth.
In the shower.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because I think in my labor I will be spending a lot of time
in the shower.
in the shower, which has probably already happened. So
Yeah.
crazy. What would have stayed the same for you?
What would stay the same? Probably my Sunday resets, my like grocery my grocery shopping, my meal prepping, my sunrise walks. Honestly, my daily non-negotiables will stay the same, which is a really good place to be in, knowing that like I am super consistent with the daily non-negotiables, so they would be the same.
So, no.
She's stuttering. How about you?
I would say,
Like, can you still sunrise walk with little man?
yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, you have a
It's
strap.
obviously going to
You got a
depend.
strap on.
I mean,
I just had to do that.
she's gone delusional. We're 2 episodes in. Yes, we have the carrier.
Yeah, carry out. So it's
But also, we don't have to be on the beach. We can just pram him. It's going to depend on him, what his schedule is going to be with
Okay.
feeding and sleeping. But, like, I cannot wait to sunrise walk with him in a pram. And it's so good. So, like, yeah, sunrise walks. Hopefully they can stay. But, like, in terms of me and myself, I would say the peace that I've learned to keep in pregnancy or learn to have in pregnancy in terms of, like, slowness is okay. Like I've had to just rest, because I've been so sick.
Yeah.
So keeping that, I know like newborn life's going to be completely different, and like then going back into the gym, like I'm going to add a lot more onto my plate going into postpartum, but trying to keep that pace. Like say for example on Sunday, or Saturday, whatever day it was a beautiful day, and when it's like so nice outside and you just feel like you should be doing something.
Yeah.
And as I'm getting close to labor, it's annoying because I'm like probably had it, but whatever. I need as much rest as I can because we're about to experience a marathon. So I'm just like wanting to keep that peace and like calmness in my life,
Yeah.
which I feel like will be even more so in newborn because I'm just going to be
Not gonna
besotted
care
by
about
him.
anything
Yeah,
else.
literally. But then beyond that, just like keeping those moments in.
I think something else this year that it wasn't reinventing myself, but something that I really wanted to do and have done is put more effort into myself. And I like used to, not that you need to wear makeup or have good clothes to I don't know, look a certain way or, I don't know, be successful, but it made me feel so much better. I never used to really put much effort into my appearance or how I looked or how I really even looked after myself. Whereas I feel like now having the warehouse and employees definitely helps, and having a podcast that you're fucking recording so much also
You
helps.
have to get ready
You have to get ready, but I'm like putting a lot more effort into myself, and I'm like, oh, it's actually really nice to feel put together, and that's something that has helped a lot this year that I'm going to keep.
That was like literally me this morning. I was like, need to get ready for the pod. And I just stood in the hallway and I was like, ugh. And my mum was like, what? I was like, I just can't be bothered like putting myself together.
Yeah.
The second I finished my makeup and slicked my hair and I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
And it's like those things in life where it's like, can't be bothered whatsoever. But once it's done or once you've started doing it, you feel so good.
Absolutely. So basically, bottom line, small shifts change your life. You don't need to completely reinvent yourself just to achieve your goals or just to have a reset, because at the end of the day, that's not what's consistency is going to, it's not going to help you reach your goals.
Yeah, and we're not romanticizing perfection.
No.
Because we're not here to be perfect. We're here to be ourselves, to be authentic, to have fun, enjoy, and that's just coming back to yourself always.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, episode 3 of the Reset series.
We're halfway through July.
Hopefully now we're starting to pick things back up. You're starting to feel really good and putting steps in place to be consistent and finish the year strong.
Yep. Love you guys so much. And we'll speak to you on Monday.
Bye.